Okay, this is Prac 8, exercise 1. So we have to write a program that allows a user to add 5 numbers to an array, and this needs to be displayed in the list box. The user must sort the numbers in ascending order and find the average of the numbers and find the number of elements in the array greater than 10. Then the average and number of elements greater than 10 must be displayed in message boxes. The user, once the user has added all 5 numbers through the numeric up-down control, the display button must be disabled, after which the other buttons on the form need to be enabled. Cool. So I've already designed my form. Cool, so I already designed the form. Okay, so we have a label, numeric up-down, 4 buttons, and then a list box. So let's start with the display. Okay, so first we're gonna have to have a counter. We put it outside the event handler so it's accessible everywhere, the same with the array. So incount equals to 0, and then now we have to create the array, which we'll call number list. And we have 5 elements in the array. Cool. Oops. What's up there? Oh, new int, sorry. Okay. So now, we create a variable to store a number from the user, and then we do the normal number equals to convert, convert dot to int 32, the numeric up down, what we've called this, nud input dot value, semicolon. Cool. Now we have to use the index based on what the count value is. So number list, this is the array, count, which right now is 0, is equal to number. So this just puts the number that the user entered into the array at index 0. Okay, so now we have to add the number to the list box, which is ltb dot items dot add. Okay, and then increase the counter so that we can add the next number to the array. Let's save that. Now we're gonna have to do the disable the buttons. So remember to disable these ones. You can do that here by changing them to false. Oops. Cool. So we wanted to basically enable the other buttons when the user has entered 5 numbers. So that means when count is equal to 5. So that's what we check. And when this is true, all the buttons display dot enable. So this will be disabled. We set it to false. Oops. Okay, the next one is btn find or sort, whichever. Ugh, my typing is so bad. True, btn and the last one not greater than 10. Let's find average. Also equals to true. Cool. Now should be fine. Oops, beta. Cool, so now we should be able to add 5 elements. So let's try 5, display. Okay, and on the 5th one, the other button should enable, and display button should be, oh sorry, the other buttons will, I did say that right, the other button will enable, and then display button will disable. So let's say 5, cool, so that works. Next thing we have to do is sort, so I'm just going to put that there, display. There. So now we want to sort. Okay. So this is a bit trickier, but it's not that bad. So we'll create a temporary value. This is to hold the values as we swap them about based on whether it's ascending order actually. Okay, so now we're going to have to sort the values. So we'll have nested loops here. So for int I equals 0. Okay. And then the next loop. J is less than how many? It should be 4. And then J++. Ooh. Just making it a bit neater. Okay, so what actually this doesn't need brackets. No, it does. Because we have an if in here. So now we check if the number list I'll explain this just now. Okay, so what we're checking is in the array with the index j, whatever that value is, we check if that number is greater than the same index in the array plus 1, so the next value. We're basically going in sequential order, working through it sequentially. Oh my god, such a weird word. Okay, so now we have to use the temporary variable, which we have called value, and put the array in there at that index, so it's number list. Okay, and now we swap the numbers in the array to check. So if it is greater, this is the code it will perform. It'll put the value at that index in the array into our temporary variable value. And now we just swap them around in the correct order. Equals to number list j plus 1. And then number list, whoops, equals to the value. Cool, and that should be the sorting part. Let's try that. So let's put 8. 1. Cool. Now we click sort. And it's not working. Why will it not work? Oh, we haven't actually finished that. We have to display it in the list box. My bad. So we are here. Cool, so now we display the elements in the correct order now in the list box. Okay, and that's going to use for int I equals 0, I greater than 5, I plus plus. And then the list box is, whoops, LTB dot items dot add. Oh, sorry, we're displaying the new array. So it's going to be listbox.items with the index I, okay, equals to the new array, which has been sorted, I. And that should work. If there's no errors, and then we have to increase our counter. That's done after here. Actually, no. That should work. So 3, 1. Okay, sort this. There we go. Sorted in ascending order. Cool. The next thing is to find the average. So we have to have some value, keep track of that. So now we have to accumulate totals to work out the sum of all values, so we use a loop. Okay, int I equals 0, I greater less than 5, sorry, I plus plus. Okay, so now we have to do the normal piece of code for sum. Sum plus equals, remember sum plus equal is just saying sum equals to sum plus whatever value we add in. In this case it's our array, or the values in the array. Index I, whoops, what's happening there? Not bad. It's in the wrong place. Cool, and then all we have to do is just display that in our favorite. Oh, actually, I think the question said message boxes. So it's message box dot show, and we can give a little message. Average of the 10 numbers is average. 10 numbers, or is it 5? Is so it's the value of sum divided by 5. Oh, sorry, plus. And that should be this part done. Let's try it. Okay, so again 1. Okay, so sort them. Now we find the average. Average of the 10 numbers is 4. Should actually be 5 numbers here in your display. Cool. And now we're going to check if they're greater than 10. So this one is not too bad. We're gonna have a loop that runs through 5 times. So int I equals 0, I less than 5, I plus plus. Okay. So now we check the array to see the numbers at the specific indexes, which will be at in I, the value of I. So we'll check if number list is greater than 10, then we must do some code, which is just increasing the counter. Plus plus. Oh, why is that not? Oh, it's count. Sorry. And depending on the value of that, this happens outside your loop. So another message box. So it's message box dot show, and then we say there are so and so. Oh well. Oops. The value of count plus count numbers inverted commas greater than 10. Semicolon. Cool. Let's try that out. Okay, let's sort them. Find the average. Numbers greater than 10. There are 5 numbers greater than 10. We should put a space in there. Cool, and that's the program.